I wanna let you guys know about what I'm doing with the Hurricane Relief Fund. I just established it with the Foundation for the Carolinas. As you guys all know, I'm a native of Eastern North Carolina, where this storm had, an impact on that community. So I wanted to do something to help. So I established that fund. I started it with the $100,000 donation, and I'm asking for the community to get involved and help out with it. So that's on that. That's that on that.
Is your family out there okay?
My family is fine, yeah. We didn't get directly impacted by it, thankfully, so my family is fine.
How bad is Bailey overall? How bad is it?
I don't think it was that bad at all. Some of the surrounding areas got hit a lot worse.
You look at the pictures of what you see on TV, the news and all that, to your home state, what goes to your mind? It's
just, you feel for these people because sometimes when these type of disasters happen, you don't have the basic necessities and things that you need, like as far as like even food and water, and shelter and clothing and stuff like that. So sometimes you take those things for granted, and that's what's on my mind, helping get these people what they need, and just trying to do something to help.
Julius, have you ever been through something like this? I think, what was it, 1989 when Hugo happened?
Yeah, I was in Chapel Hill at the time. It didn't. I don't think it affected the Triangle area that much. It was the same situation though. Back down east, it had a bigger impact. So I haven't been through the storm per se, but I was here when it happened a while ago.
Have you been down there yet, or will you plan to, kind of go get boots on the ground at some point?
I want to at some point. I haven't yet, but eventually, maybe sometime. It's hard to get down there now because I'm here every day, but I do want to get down and see it for myself. So at some point, I plan to. Yeah.
Family's okay, but do you know of any friends or anyone else who's been sort of directly impacted?
I haven't heard anyone that's been directly impacted, no.
Coaches said they want to get you on the field more this week.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of where are you with that?
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm fine with it.
How are you doing health-wise? We hadn't had a chance to talk with you. How you doing post-shoulder surgery and the rehab and all that?
I'm doing all right. The rehab and everything went fine. Getting the shoulder stronger. My body feels good though, so the shoulder is not an issue.
I see one of your sons has a birthday, I think, today. What was this off season like? Obviously, you got to take some extra precaution as you're rehabbing and everything. Did you guys get to do all your family stuff that you normally get to do, and what was it like balancing the rehab with kind of taking some time?
Yeah, I did most of my rehab in Miami, and it was cool. It was great to get to spend time. I came back here for the off-season workouts. I was here, so I was back and forth, but it was cool to get to hang out and spend some family time and do those sorts of things. So. Yeah, that was good.
Pepper, you feel like you're in pretty good game shape, or is that something you're kind of still building up toward?
It's always a process. It's a process. You got to get there. We know I didn't play any in the preseason, and I just started practicing probably like 4 or 5 weeks ago. So it's a process, and we'll get there.
How helpful has it been for you having Eric in charge of the defense overall this year instead of just on that defensive line?
Well, he still has a heavy presence in the defensive line room, so he's still there. He's been doing a great job of trying to manage everything as a whole now instead of just the D-line. So it's been helpful having him here, having someone, with Steve leaving, it was great that we had someone that could step up and take his place and keep the continuity going. So it's nice to have him around.
What were your impressions of David Tepper when you and some team leaders met with him?
Everything was positive. Everything has been positive so far. I think he's a great guy. So nothing but positive so far.
Feel like the kind of owner or kind of person that will, be open to you guys letting your voices be heard when necessary?
I think so. I think he voiced that. He's going to be supportive of the players and the things that matter to us. So I think that was important for him to say and to stress to us. So that was a good thing. But I think he's been supportive so far.
Assess your level of play the first couple of games?
There'll be a time for reflection and there'll be a time for evaluation, and we do that after each game. But it's been so limited so far. I don't know if you can really get a good gauge of how it's going to this point. But we'll get there.
Do you think you're ready to handle a bigger role?
I don't want to get into things that the coaches should be handling. You know what I mean? That's for them to determine, what a player's role is and how much a player plays. So that's things for them to talk about. And whenever I'm called, I'll be ready.
With Terrence Newman retiring, you're the oldest defensive player still active. Do you wear that as a badge of honor?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. I don't. I really don't really think of it that way. Is that a fact? Is that confirmed? Yeah. Okay. So, I guess it is a badge of honor. It's really a blessing. I'm fortunate to be standing here still after 17 years. Basically almost injury free. So, yeah. I'm blessed and fortunate. Yeah.
Was that 17th year ever iffy or in doubt? Did you think about hanging it up?
Well, eventually that's going to come a day where you have to prepare for that post football thing, and I've been thinking about this for the past 5 years. So I think it's fair to say 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16, 17 were at some point, I had to think about if I could still do it and if I still wanted to.
Julius, why didn't you leave the game?
I feel like I have more to offer, and I still enjoy playing. I still, it's still a good gig. So, a combination of things like that, and also just the relationships that I have here with Eric and the relationship with my teammates and things like that. It makes it hard to leave sometimes.
So what's 19 going to look like?
We'll see when we get there. Yeah, we'll see about that. I don't know yet.
One of the things that you said in your video is that you encourage your teammates and the rest of the NFL to donate to the fund. Have you, any teammates that you're particularly leaning on that you think might?
No, I haven't. We just announced it, and obviously some of my teammates are able to do more than others. So I think it would be a great statement if we had 100% participation, to be honest with you, and I think that would say a lot to these fans in this community that we rely on their support every week to come to the games and to buy jerseys and things like that. So I think it's only right that we show the same support back to them and help them in their time of need.
Can you tie it in with your D-line guys, tie it into sacks or anything?
I'm sorry?
Tie it into your, lean on your D-line guys?
Yeah, that's something to think about. Maybe I might, I expect those guys to rally, and I'm not really worried about the D-line. Not that I'm worried about anything because people are going to give us in their heart, but it would be nice. It would be nice to have the D-line as well as everyone else participate and do what they can.
Big money will probably be able to make a sizable.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna call him up too. Yeah, I'm gonna put in a few calls and try to do what I could do, because we need to do what we can. Those of us that sit in these shoes and are more fortunate than some others, we need to do what we can to help people out when they need it.
How much of your career has been measured by sacks? You need 5.5, I think you need the third. So the fact that you haven't been close to that quarterback so much this year so far, how close do you feel like you are to be able to get back on track with that?
To get back on track with getting sacks, it's something that I know how to do, and I'm not that concerned about it. They always say the first one is the hardest to get, and all that stuff they say, they come in bunches and all of that stuff. So, we'll get there. We'll get there. I'm not worried about that at all. Right now, I'm worried about helping us get a win this week against Cincinnati. The accolades and all of that personal stuff, that'll take care of itself.
Back on the relief fund, what was that like last week? You guys are in Atlanta, and I mean, did you kind of keep an eye on the Weather Channel or CNN, looking back home?
Yeah, we was trying to keep I kept an eye on it, because it was personal for me. And it was stressful. It was stressful just watching it. Even it was because we thought it was going to come here too, so it was stressful. We didn't know who was going to be impacted by it. So, again, it was a stressful time. We went down to Atlanta. We didn't get that much of it here in Charlotte, and I'm thankful for that. So, now that we're safe, we need to go out and help others that need it.